Good afternoon. It's a Sunday, and I decided to do two of my favorite things together. One is painting, which I'm actually doing, and second is speaking to my audience, साथ में. So I wanted to address one question that I have gotten over the last couple of months of creating content, and that is, how did I get my first client? Now, it's an interesting story, and that's why I thought to make a longer video about it rather than just a quick summary of that. So, the story starts way back in 2018. The month was September or August, something on that vicinity. I came across an interesting Facebook ads course. Right, I saw the ads a couple of times. I took a webinar, yada yada yada. I enrolled in, gave 17,000 rupees for that. I specifically recall, right, because it was a good chunk of my monthly salary. But I was like, okay, let's see, because I was not at all enjoying my job at that time. I used to be a door-to-door salesman in Eureka Forbes. I used to go to market here in Lucknow, and the entire day I used to go from vendor to vendor, shop to shop. It was not an exciting thing to do. I really hated it, as a matter of fact. Right now, when I joined that course, I realized that there was an entirely different area of marketing as well, which nobody talks about, at least not then, which was Facebook ads. Right? How you can make good money while sitting in your home or your office. The lazy ass in me found pretty interesting, right? And I thought, okay, let's learn. But because of my day job, I was not able to commit 100% to it. I was like, fair enough. Let's leave this job. I was that confident on that. I was that confident, or I hated my job that much. Whichever one it was, mashallah, it all turned out decently well. But yeah, left the job, shifted from Lucknow to Delhi, and I started looking for clients. But before that, I needed to learn how to do it. Now that course though gave me like the blueprint and the basics. I am more of a visual learner. I learn how to do things by doing it rather than learning about it in a course. So I did two internships after an MBA. It was kind of low-key humiliating, I would be very honest, that I'm after getting placed in a company after an MBA when all of my peers and my colleagues and my batchmates were starting off this second year of their career. I was doing internships. That was, I would say honestly, very humiliating at that time. So it was a do or die situation for me, for my career, right? And I did it. I went to two agencies to learn the ropes. At that time as well, I was very sure कि यही करना है, right? So the first agency which I did an internship in January 2019 to March 2019, it was a useless agency. I hated the work. It was almost button pressing, scammy digital marketing agency work that I used to do there. The second one was where I actually learned the ropes. It was an agency owned by a mentor slash friend, and वहाँ पे मैंने सब सीखा. How to launch an ad, how to do competitor analysis, copywriting, everything that you do on a day-to-day basis. I learned there. After 2 months, I was fairly certain that I know how to do this at least up to a certain level. And then I left that job as well. I started full on freelancing. Now, during these 4 months, which is January to April, May 2019, I was documenting my learnings on my Instagram. If you scroll down, way down, I've deleted and archived a lot of my old posts, but yeah, those times I used to put out a lot of stuff on a daily basis. I had started creating content on LinkedIn. I had started putting out stuff on other channels. Podcast भी एक चलाता था छोटा सा, मतलब there were 4 or 5 people who used to listen maybe. But yeah, overall that was I had already started hustling. Everyone knew that I was not having a lot of time. And one important thing during this time of my journey, this part of my journey, was that I lost all shame. When you sleep on a floor mattress in a very small shoe rack of a flat, you have to say goodbye to a lot of things you would at times be ashamed of. I was like, यार करते हैं जो हो सके वो करना है अपना प्रचार करने के लिए. That was my attitude during that time. I remember I even still up till now on my LinkedIn, if you scroll way back in 2019, I had made videos wearing a vest as well, just a vest, right? Because it was a hot day and my cooler was not working, and I had to put out a video. That kind of a hustle, I would say, वो शुरू हो गया था. And it was in a WhatsApp group when I got inquiry that, dude, I have seen your video on LinkedIn, and can you help us? It was a guy who was running an agency in Gurgaon, and they were having a dairy client. I can't put the name, it's a big brand now, but yeah, वो लोग dairy में operate कर रहे थे. So like, okay, sounds interesting. when I joined in, it was primarily that was my first client. Even though I have worked on in the agency, other clients. When that is why, by the way, I recommend people to work as an intern in other agencies or get a lay of the land before starting working on clients themselves. But yeah, एक basic idea था. Took up the client. It was a good brand. They used to sell dairy products in Delhi, and we did that. I worked there for 3 months. Got a good jump for their revenue and stuff. I worked there till October 2019, and during that time, I documented the entire case study again as well, and that was how we got our second and third and fourth client, right? So that is how it starts, right? You have to hustle. You have to give it a few months, right? And slowly and gradually it will happen. One proud moment during this time of my journey was in August 2019, which was almost a year since I took that course, I had already replaced my monthly salary, जो मेरी job के time पे हुआ करती थी, which was 45,000, right? I had replaced it at that time. I clearly recall, right? We went out to Pirates of Grails, I and my co-founder Nick, we went out to Pirates of Grails in Mall of India to celebrate that small victory. कि 45 से ज़्यादा बन जा रहा है बैंक अकाउंट के अंदर 2 से 3 क्लाइंट्स पे काम करके दोनों साथ में. That was a moment of and my parents as well very happy कि हाँ भाई इतना हो जा रहा है, good enough, कुछ कर लेगा. That's how I got my first client and a peripheral story along with that. Hope you enjoyed it. This painting is coming out pretty well. I will put the final thing on my stories after I'm done with it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This is the final product. It is the birthday of a very special person in my life, and their favorite superhero is Daredevil. So I just wanted to make a birthday gift for them. कल रात को सोचा था क्या बनाऊं, समझ नहीं आ रहा था, and they're like, keep it simple, keep it to the point. So yeah, Daredevil painting and a story about how I got my first client. Both served hot right in front of you. See you later.